One step for man.
Go ahead, finish that, baby. Finish that. One giant leap.
One giant leap for football kind. Let's go.
Let's roll, man. Oh, my God. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this edition of When 95 Meets 75 South, man. I'm joined by John and Mike from Out of Your Falcon Mind, and a very close game. When a lot was to be lost, man, the Atlanta Falcons and Arthur Smith totally redeemed themselves to the tune of 24-25 victory over the Green Bay Packers. So, John, Mike, are y'all ready?
We turning into Oprah. You get some shit talk. You get some shit talk. You get some shit talk. Let's go.
What do you say, boys? Look at this collaboration, man. Hell yeah, man.
Ready to rock and roll.
Ready to rock and roll, man. Before we start anything, man, let's give a quick shout out to those in the chat. I know that we're simulcasting, from my channel, 95 North Falcons Talk Show, and also from John and Mike's channel, Out of Your Falcon Mind. Let's do the quick roll call. DSF. Our boy Liam is in the building. First one in the chat. What's going on, buddy? Kenny Santa Maria, man. What's going on, fellow Rhode Islander, man? Thank you for
brother.
Yes, sir. Thank you for tuning in. Our brother RJ ATL for life, better known as the Plug, man. Thank you for tuning in tonight. Our brother, let's get it, GA. What's going on, man? Hope all is well with you, man. Glad that you could join the stream tonight, man. All right, we have DSGB 2-0. Rise up, fellas. Rise up, fellas. I'm fucking loving it, man. Uh-oh, here we go. Another PR. What's going on, brother? Okay, let's talk some shit. Laugh out loud. We'll keep the shit talk to a minimum, but it is a lot of praising that has to go around for sure, man.
Absolutely.
Uh-oh. Somebody's in the building. Mini 95. No,
Mini 95.
Oh, there he is. What's going on,
There
Alex?
he is. What's going on, buddy?
Him and Liam are busy playing Madden right now. It's good to see.
Yes, sir. Our brother Shaka Zulu. What's going on, Shaka, man?
Shaka?
Our resident favorite person of them all, Carrie. How you doing, Carrie? We have J-Boy 5 Racks, man. What's up, Falcon Bros? What's going on? Uh-oh. Everybody's favorite auntie, Miss Pam.
Miss Pam, what's going on?
Love it, love it, love it, love it. But, gentlemen, man, a lot to talk about, man. A lot to talk about. Falcons with the comeback behind win yesterday over the Green Bay Packers, as I mentioned, 25-24. So a lot of great things that the Atlanta Falcons did in the later part, not so much the early part. But the important thing is we got the dub. We got the win. That's very satisfying. 2-0 in this young season. 2-0 for the first time since 2017. So things are looking up right now. So begs the question, John, Mike, man. What'd you think about the performance of our Atlanta Falcons yesterday, man?
Dude,
John, I'm gonna let you take it first, and then I go.
Okay, yeah. I think I'm just now calmed down because, man, like every emotion, we should be used to it by now, but literally went through every single emotion during that game, man. And it was stressful as hell. But then it was, you saw some good things, you saw some not good things, but overall, man, you saw improvement from week one. We'll get into the game obviously a lot more, but we're 2-0, man. Like I'm not complaining. We're 2-0. We got a couple of tough games coming up, man. It's been so long since we can even say that we're 2-0. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I mean, it's just So yeah, I mean, I'm thrilled, and I gotta say too, for y'all out there watching that may not know, this is going to happen every 2 weeks. So this collaboration is going to we won't be back next week, but it'll be the week after that. And so Mike and I will do our regular recap show next Monday. Where they'll do their regular thing, but we're going to keep this going all season long, probably maybe even into the off season because we have such a good time doing it. So,
absolutely.
Yeah, man. So if y'all are watching on our channel, make sure y'all are subscribed to Berto's channel. And if y'all are on Berto's channel, we would love it if y'all subscribe to our channel.
Come on,
we're going to keep doing this all year long. Like I said, Mike.
Love it, man.
I just want to touch on that. Come on, man. It's the trio. Come on, man.
Yes.
Please like both of the channels. We gonna have a lot of fun doing this. It's gonna be different from Birdo's show, as it will be different from our show. We're gonna merge them, and you see, man, Biscuit is even excited because we got Birdo on. It's a great day.
Shout
Now,
out, Biscuit.
in regards to my Falcons, all right, Matt Birdo, say hi, buddy.
Biscuit.
Okay. All right. Now, in regards to my Falcons, man, we undefeated. I don't say 2-0, I say undefeated. You hear me?
With some
Like we undefeated.
yeah.
Like I knew we would be, like I called we would be, like I said we would be. And it's just it's a bunch of shit talking that needs to happen because we undefeated. And had we started 0-2, a bunch of people would be shit talking us. So I feel confident to talk my shit today. And I love the fact that it was an ugly win. I really had some issues with the game, but man, when it ended in a W, it's like, oh my God, when it ended in a W, I may hate a girl, but if she come over here and start twerking, all the hate go out my heart. If we play that future, she gets twerking, the hate leave my heart in the New York Minute. And whatever issues I had was gone by the end, and us getting that W. I'm so proud of my team for showing some resilience, showing some fight. I'm proud of the fans for staying in AC.
Oh my God.
And I'm just proud. It just showed a lot from the city of Atlanta, the state of Georgia. 2-0, baby. We undefeated, and we deserve it. A lot of that shit that we talked in the off season, a bunch of people, if y'all remember, they the same old Falcons. They should have, and just a 2-0 start. It's not the same old Falcons. I'm not saying Tawig can go now, but a 2-0 start is not the same old Falcons. So you got to give us that. You don't give us nothing else.
Dude, and what you said too about the crowd, man. I mean, like I was watching Matt LaFleur's post conference. So he was saying that, on that snap where Love kind of stumbled and fell into his offensive line, which is hilarious. He said that Love probably called like switched to it on the line, but the lineman couldn't hear him, so they didn't know what he was doing. So that's all credit to the fans, man. So y'all getting loud, man. That's what I'm talking about.
Man, shout out to the MBS Stadium, man. It was loud. I think the most gratifying thing, and I think it was ATL Will that put it on his Twitter feed, man, was just the crowd vibing, the flags waving, finishing the song "We Ready." It was just an echoing atmosphere, and I know that played a role in mainly in the fourth quarter, as we saw the stumbling act from Jordan Love, dude. I called Lowe. I said, Lowe, I credit you for that, because I think he got a whiff of your moonshine, and that's why you had him stumbling, man. Because it was unbelievable, man. The fourth quarter was. Wow, it was a very playoff-like environment. The noise, the crowd, everybody was just, electrifying. Everybody was in. We do have a quick question before we get into anything else from our boy Let's Get It GA. He says, fellas, let me say this. I'm glad we are 2-0. Arthur called a great game in the fourth quarter. Absolutely. Bijan is that dude. Exclamation point. Yes. My concern is the lack of usage of Kyle Pitts. You can't coach 6'6", 250 speed or 250 pounds, 4'4" speed. Has a point. But I think this just is you're going to take what the defense gives you. Not every game Kyle Pitts may be target number one. This year, more than any, as we all know, we have the targets aplenty, man. Drake London, broke out, you can say, you know what I mean, had some fantastic catches, made Alexander look this big, as he said. Matt Collins coming through with the hands catch on more than one occasion. Who broke out yesterday too was Jonnu Smith, man, another his fellow tight end. That's a guy that I would love to see used more due to his physicality and allow Kyle Pitts to just be the fancy type tight end. The Travis Kelce like. But to him, you can't coach those attributes. Those are God-given abilities, 100%. I think Arthur Smith is trying to scheme for him. And again, I think it's just you go with what the defense gives you. There's going to be some looks where are favorable and some looks where they're not. But I wouldn't buy too much into it. I think a Kyle Pitts breakout game is coming. It's, very soothing to see that he runs without restriction. He's not afraid of the contact. So Kyle is just, being the Kyle of old, but he'll break out soon. But to you, gentlemen, what do you say of the usage in this, the situation with Kyle Pitts?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, he was targeted I mean, he missed that. Ritter just missed him on that first throw. He's wide ass open, and then I think on the interception, I think he was actually the one where Kenny Clark hit him. I think he was trying to go to Kyle on that one too. So, yeah, like you said, I mean, it's going to be in this offense with so many guys. I mean, you saw Tyler, went off last week, 2 touchdowns. Yesterday was Bijan's day. He goes off. So it's just like it's going to, like you said, it's going to flow. The thing that Kyle does, and I hate to compare it to Julio because Julio was that guy too, but he just commands so much attention. So regardless, if he's on the field, he's opening up something somewhere else. I mean, that's just going to happen because you can't lock him down with one dude. So yeah, I'd love to see him get it more because with the ball in hands, obviously, like you said, 6'6", 250, 4'4". But yeah, I'm not sweating it. I mean, not yet, at least. As long as it keeps, I mean, looking at the targets, they are all kind of spread out yesterday. Like he had around, he didn't connect, but they had around the same amount of targets as Drake and Mac. 5 targets. Yeah, so it was around similar. I think what Drake had 6 maybe, and Bijan had 7. I think was led the team. So I mean, yeah, Mike.
Man, I say I wouldn't read into any of this stuff just yet because it's just as a baby that's you learning his like extremities. Now I know what I can grab with my left hand and do with my right hand and stand up straight. I could do a cartwheel. He just learning how to use everything. Yeah, I want to see who they focus on. Or they focus. I can go over here. It just you got to figure that stuff out on the fly. So he'll get it. Believe me, Kyle pitch will be used this season, but it's just like we had to see what Bijan gonna do, what Tyler gonna do, what John needs to do. It's a bunch of things where you need to see what they good at and what's gonna happen if I line them up here and what you still gotta see all of that to use each person most effectively. Man. So he wouldn't know that for week 1 at the start of the season. You kind of got to go through it. See, he fucked that route up. He don't belong on the right side. I move him over. You kind of got to play the game to do that. So it will evolve as the weeks go on. And you got to thing is, you got to understand. It's just like John said with Julio. Man, we used to win without him sometimes. It just takes so much attention that we'll be over here the whole game and win. So we won without that. So imagine when it's incorporated.
It feels like this offense, little by little, will be pick your poison style offense, man. Like, just kind of like the days have passed. But yeah, as you were saying.
Yeah, no, it's going to take some time to mesh too. I mean, that's what's been so surprising to me with the defense is because we were all worried prior to the season, like how quickly is this defense going to mesh? Like how quickly is that communication going to just really sink in? Damn, I mean, it looks like it's synced in fast because I mean, yesterday they had their their moments yesterday, but overall their communication has been great. So for the offense, we've already talked about it until we're blue in the face with lack of snaps in the preseason. It's going to take a few games to kind of get that. So.
That's exciting, man. That's exciting. And you just touched on a guy. I know the Falcons were excited. Well, the fan base was almost like 60-40, 50-50, you can call it, whatever. I'm not going to give you the entire numbers. I don't know them. But Bijan Robinson, 8th overall pick. LaDainian Tomlinson clone, a.k.a. Sweet Feet, a.k.a. Author of Pain. Part of the Author of Pain duo with Tyler Algier. That's what I like to label them, Authors of Pain. That's Arthur Smith's boys at distributing pain to these defenses, man. And Bijan had his hello, I'm here moment in the NFL yesterday, man. Really put the Green Bay Packers defense on notice to the tune of, let's see what he had, 19 carries for 124 yards, 6.5 yards per carry. Also in the receiving portion of it, contributed with 4 for 48. This Bijan cat is something special, man. A lot of folks have seen comparing him to the times of Michael Vick and as far as the excitement department, and I cannot disagree. This kid, it's only been 2 games, but just his composure, his determination, things that you don't expect from a rookie this early, he's showing you that and then some, man. So I'm really excited about his trajectory, what Arthur Smith can get out of Bijan Robinson early and late. So yeah, he had a hell of a performance yesterday. He was the clear MVP of that game yesterday, man. So Bijan Robinson, his performance, bar none, one of the best ones, man. So what do you guys say? What do you guys think?
Well, it's funny because we had if y'all are on Twitter and you saw the amazing video that Myler, one of our supporters, posted. He was at Green Bay's Lambeau Field drinking some Bijan mustard and posted it on Twitter. So it was amazing. And it got literally damn near 350,000 views. And yeah, we went crazy. So we had several Packers fans all in our mentions talking whole bunches of shit on Saturday night. Whole bunches of shit. So I waited till the game was over. Then I went to work. And we had a guy that told us that we were gonna. That he's like, nah, man, Bijan's going 10 carries for 25 yards. So obviously, look, if you're gonna talk it, if you're gonna say it, then you can put it out there. You got to be able to take it whenever it doesn't work out, right? So
facts.
That's I mean that's well, if we do it, we're going to take it. It's just as easily. So yeah, but yeah, dude. I mean that guy. I don't even have the words. Like you said, he is appointment television. You have to be tuned in to that. Other than Julio and Mike, and like Julio, he's not getting the ball, and I know Bijan's not running the ball every time, but he's definitely touching the ball more than the receiver is every game. So yeah, you have to be tuned in, man, and see what he's going to do, because it's electric, man. I mean, it's just his feet are just different, his vision's just different, and yeah, they're just crazy.
Man, I agree. Man, I think he's a special talent, but I do want to add in something. Man, like I like real people, and when I say that, I mean like ain't nothing wrong with you saying, man, I didn't expect this from him, or hey man, I called it wrong. And the amount of people when the offseason was here that was saying of our fans that saying we wasted a pick, that we shouldn't have picked that pick. They didn't agree with it, they didn't understand it, and all of that. I just need y'all to come out now. I just need y'all to say, damn, I did not know he was gonna be. It don't gotta be no dramatic. I didn't know he was gonna be this good. I called that wrong. To not be able to do that. Why don't I hear y'all now? It was a bunch of y'all. I remember a few names. I ain't even on Twitter. I remember who was doing it. So I just expect for you to tweet something. You know what? I was wrong about this dude. He is a game different. He's a game changer. He's a game difference maker. To not hear from y'all, I'm assuming that you're waiting on him to get hurt, or him not have like two fall off things. So then you can tweet. And that's fake shit. So I'm just saying, the man is playing well. I just need you to tweet out something. Hey man, fair enough. It could be 2 words, and just the out of your Falcon mind thing emoji. Just, hey man, fair enough. And I know what you meant. All right, because I'm just saying he was getting dragged in the offseason, and I said I didn't know because I ain't all in the college. And that man is a unique, special talent.
Yeah,
he's unique. The way that man is constantly it's like he got Parkinson's, but he young. He's constantly like. You damn dog.
Look, man. Where do you get that? Is ESPN comparing that? No, you never hear that kind of analysis.
I'm talking about where he stopped. He in the huddle, juking and shaking. I said, man, this dude don't stop. He's a slinky.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mike, so you had a wonderful speech before we came on. We have a special guest. Well, you guys have a special guest in waiting. We do. We do. Gotcha. Thank you, man. Yeah. Backstage, I need you to spit all that you were, man, before I bring this man in, because he's a legend. He's a legend.
All right. So
go right ahead, Mike.
So I do want to tell y'all something. We've had Out of Your Falcon Mind for maybe 2 years now. All right. We have a Hall of Fame for Out of Your Falcon Mind. It's nobody in it. Okay, we're a fairly new podcast. No, but now I'm not even in it. Y'all not even in it. Okay, Berto not even in it. Okay, Fleek not even in it. He's been on our show more times. All right. But today, oh man, I feel as though today it's undeniable. Our first inductee in the Out of Your Falcon Mind Hall of Fame, the first person ever in it. I said, man, when you see what this man did, he took Matt Ryan the Lambo. He took Bijan the Lambo.
Let's fucking go.
Then he took Out of Your Falcon Mind. I ain't never been to Lambo. I won't never go. He took me to Lambo. I got to see it. I got to be there. I got to smell the victory and the shit talking that was. He set John up to talk the most shit John ever talked after when he set him up. He threw him the oop. And so for these reasons, and because, dog, this man, the same dude, went to the Rome Coliseum and took Out of Your Falcon Mind to the Coliseum like the gladiator he is. Do you understand?
Oh yeah.
The first inductee into the Audio Falcon Mind Hall of Fame. Oh, he's earned it. Let's bring in my man Marla, man. Come on.
Oh, there he
Let's
is.
go, guys. Let's go.
There we go.
Man, you guys set me up real nice. Like, how am I supposed to come in and live up to that? You know?
Dude,
No,
you've already done it. You've already done it, man.
Oh man, love
We
it.
love
Love
you,
you
buddy.
guys.
We
I got one
absolutely love
thing
you.
right away. You know, I've got the steak resting. This one's for my guy Mac Hollins. I got a nice ribeye. I got these steak juices.
Hey, there you go. Yeah, man.
Let's fucking go.
Dude stuff.
Where
Let's
the
go.
fuck are you gonna get that, bro?
Dude stuff. With the
Oh,
Bijan
my
right in the mouth. Dude stuff. Dude stuff.
Oh
Dude stuff.
shit. Oh,
All right,
this
so-
is awesome, man.
So this
We
is the
love you,
first
buddy.
edition
All right, I'm
of
gonna save the rest for later because I'm not gonna eat while we're all talking. You know, I got a lot of stuff ready.
all right. So
Awesome.
this is the first
Go.
edition of this 75 of 95 North Me 75 South. I don't think we're ever going to top it. We've already screwed ourselves. We can only go
It
down
only
from
goes
here.
up. It only
That's
goes
it.
up from here, guys. This is
Man,
your
so
show. I'm just
That's
on
a tip. That's a tip to anybody that wants to be in this Audio Falcon Mind Hall of Fame. You gotta outdo Myler,
You gotta
and
outdo
the
him.
bar has
He's
been
not
set.
even in it.
That should be that hard.
John
Should
not
be
even
that
in it.
hard, you
He's
know?
the only one in it.
Man, awesome,
Yeah, Audio
awesome,
Falcon Mind
awesome.
Hall of Fame. You are a legend, buddy, in more ways than one.
I gotta say, you know, I had to work. I didn't even get to start watching the game until halftime. I get back, and of course, you know, Falcons 3 and out in the second half. Packers drive, touchdown, and that's as soon as I started watching. I was like, oh my god, this is like, I'm about to get dunked on so hard
Dude.
for this mustard gig. And then it happened. The Renaissance, according to Aaron Freeman. You know, we all know him, love him. It's just like you gotta love it. So. Man, it was awesome. I was jumping around here. I was screaming. It was great. It always feels good. You got to strut into work the next day in Wisconsin. You know, all the Packers fans everywhere. Just like, what's up? Hey. Let's go.
I love it.
Oh shit!
Oh my
Dude,
gosh.
Dude, I was watching
Awesome.
I was watching the bookmarks on the tweet just like stack up. I'm like, oh man, we better win this fucking game or he's gonna get cooked. And
Here's the thing, though. I made that for you guys. I didn't think
I
that
know,
was gonna
I
blow up
know.
like that.
I know.
I love
I
it,
was
dog.
just like, oh no, Packers.
Dude,
fans got it.
did you see the
saw it
numbers of
late,
views
and I
that got?
said, oh, he done took Matt Ryan to Lambeau. I loved it, buddy. I
No,
loved it.
I've done that all the time. I've seen Matt play there. I think either twice or three. I think 3 times. Saw him back when we had Michael Turner. That was a win. I want to say like 24-21, something like that. You know, field goal win. I think Rodgers was out. Flynn was in. I was there for Julio's 257.
Oh,
Monday
God
night.
damn.
Yeah, that
yes,
was one.
sir.
I had
Wow.
tickets at the 14th row there, and we were down. What was it like? I don't know, like 31-7 at half, and then we just kept scoring, and I was just screaming, "We're coming back!" And eventually, you know, some Packers fans turned around. They're just like, "Shut the fuck up," because we're getting closer and closer. And then, yeah, it is what it is. But yeah, I'm telling you though, Mike, you said you're never going to Lambeau. You gotta go. It's
great.
like I might go to Packers Saints. Like I'm debating if I want to drive to Detroit for Falcons Lions or go watch the Saints get tossed. Like,
man, you took us there though, man, and I want to say I appreciate it because you took us to Lambeau and the Coliseum.
That's right.
And bro, these
Yeah,
are places
that
that
one was
we would
crazy.
never go. Man, I'm straight out the hood, bro. I ain't never been nowhere. So I was enjoying those, man. That meant the world to me, dog. I love you for that. I really do. Audio Falcon Mind in the Rome Coliseum. It's just dope, dog. Man, we appreciate you so much, yo. You had to be the first one in there. You have to be the first one.
I appreciate that. I'm gonna print out a little Audio Falcon Mind Hall of Fame recipient.
Man, I got a video
Frame
coming
that
for
on
you.
my wall.
Bro, I got
shit's
a whole
awesome.
TikTok coming for you. You don't
John,
even worry about it.
how many
This
views
is
did he get on
Wisconsin,
Twitter?
too, so I gotta say, gotta get your Jamaican jerk cheese curds.
Cheese curd, see? I love it.
You know,
last-
when
Man, I got
people
a
say
whole man.
people in Wisconsin
Look, man,
are
next
crazy
week,
for all
right?
that cheese, you're damn right.
Yeah, next week, right? And I got a whole video for you, man. Next week, it's all about you, buddy. It's coming.
I can't wait. Can't
Trust
wait.
Yeah, last time I checked, 350,000 views.
Woo!
Dude,
Yeah,
is a trend.
I thought
Dude
maybe
is
you
a
get
trend.
like, I was just like, all right, maybe if
Wow.
it blows up, we'll get like 10. All the Falcons podcast will get there, and then all of a sudden, no, I got people texting me from across the state, be like, dude, Cheesehead TV is retweeting you, and like, oh my god.
Yeah, he was just
And
talking
like,
to us, John.
oh,
I know.
I was nervous because you never want to put bad juju on your team.
Never.
So like, let's say the worst possible thing happens. Like, I don't want to even have anybody saying, "Yo, it's that guy right there. It's that crazy
facts.
mustard fuck."
Fucking legendary, man.
So how did you? We gotta ask though. Like, how did you end up a Falcons fan being in Wisconsin?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, so as a kid, you watch football. Like, where I say like support the Packers too. Like, it's the home state team. You support them. But it was the year that the Falcons went to the Super Bowl with Chris Chandler and Jamal Anderson. I was like 6 years old. I couldn't even tell you like the specific memory about it. All I know is as a kid, predicted them to go to the Super Bowl that year. And then the first football game I remember watching was the NFC Championship when they came back and beat the Vikings. And of course, my whole family is Packers fans, and they're just like, fuck the Vikings. So then I'm just like, everybody's just like, you're right, the Falcons won. They've been my team ever since. So
love it.
Fucking
and
love
I
it,
mean,
man.
I'm repping the old school. This was the player that really set it off for me. Jarius Norwood.
Jarius Norwood.
Wow.
Yeah.
Underrated.
Love it.
man.
He was a beast on Madden too.
I wish he could have stayed healthy. I think he would have been so good. Like that dude he had wheels.
Yeah,
We gotta tag him in this. He's gonna love that.
He just had my ankles. That's what screwed him.
That's crazy, man. That is crazy.
But yeah, so I've lived through it all. Wisconsin, I was sitting here, I was watching. I worked at a bar, and I had to take off for the Super Bowl. And obviously, I mean, we probably don't want to talk too much about that. But hey, if you stay on after that, you're riding forever, and bumping the 2-0.
Exactly.
Let's go.
That's it. Hell yeah, man.
Right, well,
got a lot of work to do, but after watching this, there's something different about this team this year. You can just tell.
Right.
It's like people want to criticize Arthur Smith for saying, "Oh yeah, this is the most fun we've had at practice, in a long time." It's just like, "Oh yeah, we're not supposed to have fun. You're supposed to win." But you know what? Like these guys have all bought in. You can just tell these guys are here to work, and maybe we don't go undefeated and win the Super Bowl. Sorry, Mike, but we're there now. We're there right now. We're on the road.
Now.
Yeah, shit. Speaking of Arthur Smith, man, he showed to have the biggest cojones of anybody in that stadium, going for it on multiple times on fourth down, and that last one to Bijan, where Bijan just ripped it, man, for I think it was like a 20+ yard gain. Man, you can definitely tell. Good.
Bro, some special slacks made because his testicles. He need more space for his testicles, his balls, man.
Absolutely,
that
man.
boy got big balls. But hold on, because I have to ask this, Mala. I got a question for you, man. I just need you to pick one. I need you to pick one. I just need you to tell me who's the greatest Green Bay Packer of all time. Is it Bart Starr? Is it Brett Favre? Is it Aaron Rodgers? Is it Sterling Sharp? Is it Clay Matthews? Who is the greatest Green Bay Packer that you've seen play, or that you didn't see play? Just who you feel like the footage is it like? No, he is Green Bay. Like who is? I
mean, if we're gonna go history, I think it would have to be Don Hudson. The Hudson Center's named after me. Changed the game, and I think it was the 40s. Wow. Like, yeah, that's going
back.
Mine a real fan.
If we're gonna talk like my favorite Packer that I ever saw play,
I was just about to say.
I think it's got to be Reggie White. Reggie White was an absolute monster. My personal favorite Packer, though, I play rugby. I got to play rugby with Amon Green. He had a team. I don't know if he's still up here, but he was living up near Green Bay and started a rugby team. I went and tried out for it, got to play with it, got to tackle him. So I got to tackle the Packers' leading rusher. I mean, it was a little. I got his ankle. Tripped him up.
That's awesome.
I love it, buddy. I love it.
Like, and then he came down to what was it, Firehouse 7. So 7s is like, your 7-on-7 rugby, like almost like your 7-on-7 football. It's all explosiveness and all that. And he got to watch me truck somebody over and was cheering on the sideline. I'm just like, dude, this is awesome. It's the best.
I love it.
So awesome. So I mean, I'd say favorite Packer, got to go AG for sure.
AG. I love it.
I dig it.
The best in history, I think Hudson's got to be up there. I mean, obviously Favre, Rodgers hold special places in the Packers' heart too.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah, dude. I mean, and talking just back to the game yesterday, man. What you were just saying with Arthur, that the first 4th and 4 when Ritter ran it in for the touchdown.
Yes,
I think that was the first one.
Yep.
That took balls too. I'm like, damn. But you know what? I was happy because I don't know if Arthur watches out of your Falcon mind or not. But last week we were talking we said, man, I'd love to see Ritter get out the pocket and actually use his legs because he can use his legs.
Sure can.
And he got out and scored on that one. But yeah, that dude, the 4th and 1 though to Bijan, to call a pitch in that instance, not even like going up the gut, like to throw up 3 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
Oh my God.
Like you're having some faith, and I love it, but you're having some faith in your dude and that offensive line to do what they do. And man, but that steal shot of him right before, he's grabbed.
Yeah.
That was the meme.
Dude, my heart fucking seized up, man. Like I was
Me too.
Me and Liam and I were standing behind the couch just like frozen, like what just happened?
Bro, that's the first time I've been fake, because I swear to God, I was like, this fucking stupid idiot punk I'm like, man, this is a genius.
I think we all had a little bit of that.
Take the risk we need to take. I switched it up in a New York minute, bro. I was so fake because I was calling him an idiot. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? And then when he got it, I was like, oh, perfect.
3 for 4 on 4th down, man.
That's incredible, man. But that's a testament to Arthur Smith believing in this team and this young offense this early and going on, man. Like you mentioned, 3 for 4 on 4th downs, the biggest one in the most crucial moment in the 4th quarter. Oh my goodness, man! You gotta have a giant set to do that. But it's been his style of play calling so far this year. He's not afraid, to put Desmond Ritter in in uncomfortable situations, whether that would have been the 3rd and 15 from our own I think we was at the 10-yard line and Ritter delivered a dime to Drake London, man. So he's showing a lot of confidence early on in Desmond Ritter, and that's good because it's going to help out the kid as he this is his 6th game started. And he's checking out a lot of the check marks. But like you mentioned too, John, the running aspect of it, he had 10 attempts yesterday for 39 yards with the 1 rushing touchdown. I want to see more of that because I think that could be key down the line and expanding and opening up this playbook a whole lot more than what we're being treated to right now. So yeah. Oh man,
it gives the defense something else to think about. Yep. Like if you know the guy's not going anywhere, okay, we're not worried about number 9. You know what I mean? But if he's showing on film that he's going to take off, and he will in certain situations. Another thing I liked yesterday too, it seemed to me that he was working faster. Like it wasn't like the first game he seemed like little shy, but he was working faster through his progression. Now he made a couple of bonehead throws that obviously that we'll talk about. I mean, like the one that Jair dropped. I mean, I think that looked predetermined. They looked like he knew he was going to Drake the entire time. Jair just sat on it and should have had it. But but these are all like people freaking out about it. Like quarterbacks are going to throw interceptions, and they're going to throw some bonehead ones from now and then. But the best thing that we have going for us, Berto and I have talked about it, and Mike and I've talked about it. You've surrounded him with so many different guys, man. So much talent, so many safety blankets. You got a running game that's insane. Like you can allow him to make some of these mistakes. And you still win. Like there's teams right now that are 0-2. The Chargers, our boy Ant actually sent me this earlier. The Chargers are the only team ever to start 0-2 despite scoring 50+ points with no turnovers. I mean, it's like, and and they got a stud quarterback, and I mean, and some receivers and a good running back, and you're supposed to be a good defense, like all that stuff doesn't matter, man. Like it's the NFL. I don't care if you win by 1, I don't care if you win by 20. Like you just win the game, move on to the next one, make your adjustments, but if you can learn and wins. I mean, what are you complaining about? I mean, like the kids, this is 6th start. So, I mean, you're going to have to – he's not out there just doesn't know what's going on. Like, I think the part that gets overlooked is his management, like of the game at the line, like getting him in the right set, making the right checks. All that stuff goes overlooked. Nobody knows about that, but it's all the stuff that makes the offense work.
Yeah, I got to give a quick special shout out to somebody that's in the chat, which, she's a big supporter of mine. Bros are in here. Absolutely, man. Thank you for tuning in tonight, man. Appreciate you joining the stream, man. I know those are your guys over there. I got a quick special one. I got to say hi to Mama Carmen Torres. That's my mother. My mother comes on on all the streams, dude.
Happy Mama's birthday. I love it,
man. So shout out Miss Carmen Torres. Thank you for joining the stream tonight. Love you, Mom.
I love it.
Yeah, man. So a lot of things, before I get into a lot of the things, are the Falcons becoming must-watch TV? In your best opinion, go ahead, brother.
I don't know if it was like the feed, but you said becoming.
Yes, I did. I did. No.
Yeah,
that was a glitch.
My voice was saying becoming. We are,
you got
and we've been, and we will continue to be. What is now, and will always be.
I love it.
Damn right. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because here's what I didn't understand. I didn't figure. I did not appreciate. If y'all saw all them people who we got on the team now, and y'all knew these people was on the same field at the same time, why didn't they think it would be something to watch? It was weird for them to be like, "Oh, they still gonna suck." It's like, damn, with all these people, you still think? And so, yes, it's what I expected it to be. I ain't saying it's the greatest show on turf. But I'm saying it's the greatest show on turf.
We're going to talk about greatest show on turf. Let's talk about that Bijan run. What was it? First half run where, dude.
Oh, it breaks 17 ankles?
You've seen the slow-mos of that. That almost had me waking up in a cold sweat, juked me out of my dreams.
Oof.
There it is. Just wake up. Oh, he's on my team. Back to sleep.
Thank God.
Yeah, our boy Ty, I don't know if he's in here tonight, but our boy Ty on Twitter, he started an ankle counter, so you can actually follow it on Twitter. How many ankles he takes every Sunday. So
if you want to die, take a drink every time you do that.
Yeah,
every ankle he breaks, take a
You'll
shot.
Be wasted. At the end of the game.
He had was it Douglas?
Or you going to jail.
He had Douglas looking like he was planting flowers down there. It was great. I think it was.
Definitely team victory yesterday, man. Definitely team victory, man. Very impressive by the defense as well, man. Defense definitely, came to play. Of course, there were some things that they did early on I wasn't too much of a fan of. But one thing that they did was they held on to a lead again, and they showed that they will not break. They'll bend a little bit, but they won't break. That, fourth down defense. Well, the crowd played a factor. The boys came out. A couple things that I would like to see more heading into next week is, just we got to ramp up the pass rush a little bit more. We got to stop being a little bit more exotic in how we dial up the play. We saw a beautiful play dialed up by Ryan Nielsen, sending Caden Ellis up the middle, up the gap, grabbing the only sack of the game against a mobile Jordan Love. But those are the type of things that I want to see on a consistent basis from first quarter to fourth quarter. We have enough dogs at the linebacker position and on this line, which we heavily invested on, that there's really, no excuse for not getting some of those numbers, even though some folks say, sacks are not everything, but they can determine the outcome of a game and in important facets of the game as well. So as for the defense, I'll kick it off with you, Milo. What would you like about the defense yesterday, or some things that stood out to you?
All right. Well, I think we got to shout out late, what the stat, like what we're outscoring opponents 27-0 in the fourth quarter, and, just not allowing first downs, not allowing yards. Early, kind of rough, but, it's like anything, you can come in with the best game plan, but, if they're not doing what you thought they were going to do, your game plan's not really there. So the halftime adjustments maybe looked a little iffy. They come out and they score twice right away, 24-12, and then fourth quarter, they just said, nah, we ain't about that. Like, just turn it up. It seemed like they went a little bit more press man with that instead of, especially on that first Jaden Reed touchdown where I think it was D. Alford, misses the switch handoff, whatever. And it's, it happens. D, keep your head up.
Mm-hmm.
You'll be playing. You'll be good. It'll be all right. But it's nice to be able to see a 24-12 and be like, in the past you might be like, yeah, this game's over, and then they, like Des said, they're never gonna quit. They believe in him. I think no matter what criticisms you have for Des, like, yeah, you can say, yep, those throws, obviously, he's not happy with those throws either, I bet, but he needs that fan support too, because however high he goes, I think that affects how the Falcons play so much more than any other player at this point. The defense has looked, solid. Obviously, Des doesn't play D, but if Des puts it together, it's going to be a scary team.
Yeah,
he's smiling when he
I
say
hope
that
he does. I'm pulling for him.
He's smiling because you see what he was doing. He was imagining it while he was saying it. He's like,
"Facts, man,"
and the smile just took over. See?
Yeah, no, I mean, I agree, man. And you look at how well Nate Landman played.
Oh my God,
coming in for Anderson, dude. I mean, like, I think he had the highest graded run support of any player on the team.
You could tell he wanted it.
Dude, it makes you wonder. It makes you wonder, like, if he can be this type of guy, like, maybe use Caden as more of a pass rusher.
There it is,
like,
bingo.
Let's not use him as
I do.
I mean, that's what we brought Caden here to do. Is to rush the passer,
Yes.
So and you put him in those positions. If Nate can get in there and play that well, and he actually had a good coverage grade too, believe it or not.
Yep.
But he's obviously really good at run support. But man, he was really good. I was happy with that. I was not happy with the couple of like DPIs we had that was a chunk yards. I mean, like right off the start from the game.
Yeah.
And AJ had to. He saved a touchdown. I mean, they ended up scoring anyway. But I mean, they did. He saved a touchdown on it. And then the one late on Flowers, which was a whole chunk of yards too. So that type of stuff. But, we know that Flowers wasn't great in man anyway. He's a bigger corner. He's not that type of guy. And if you put out like somebody like Romeo Dubs on him, who's fast as hell, that's not a good match. Not a good matchup for him. So, we hope Okudah comes back. Trey's done okay. He defended the last play of the game, which ended up being a non-catch. Right. He was right there for that one. So it wasn't bad. Like Myler said, the adjustments. I just want to see the pass rush we've shown in the fourth quarter of the last two games kind of sprinkle that in throughout the game. Like, so many stunts and stuff like that. And that's great. And dude, Arnold Ebiketie, 31 snaps this game, 18 snaps the first game. Those need to keep going up. He hit the quarterback. He can get back there. Like, he needs to be out there too. Like, utilizing. I like. It's hard not to like the four that we have, but they're bigger guys. They're not as fast. It's just, you can tell they're just not. I love Grady. I love Onyemata. I love Calais, but they're not getting that with four guys. They're not getting that push you want to get and getting. So I just think you have to be a little bit more. I don't know if creative's the right word, but just different things to get those guys, to the quarterback. That's all.
More different looks. And you mentioned that fourth quarter defense. The Packers ran 10 plays for 7 yards and 0 points. So let's utilize that fourth quarter defense in the beginning, middle, and end, because it was unbelievable. To the Nate Landman situation that we got going on, that's a good problem to have. And then, we can't say that as Falcons fans. We can't say that in recent memory. We've had a good problem to have on anything defensively. We've been atrocious pretty much on defense. But what does this do opening up? Like you just mentioned, it can open up the possibilities of Caden Ellis rushing a little bit more, something that he's used to doing. He did it in his days with New Orleans, had 7 sacks last year. But I look a little bit outside of the box a little bit more, and I would try Troy Anderson. And I've been saying that shit for a long time. You can't coach, like Let's Get a GA said, you can't coach 6'6", 250, 4.3 speed. Man, you can't coach that linebacker speed that Troy Anderson runs with, man. I would love for him to be an edge presence or in any shoot gap type blitz, the A gap, B gap, because he can do it, man. He can do it, and he's a solid tackler enough. But we'll see what this week brings. Of course, the matchup with the Lions. We don't know what Troy Anderson's situation is going to be. I figure he's going to be a full go. I think he's going to be a go. But you got a good problem sitting right behind him. Now you got to attribute for another guy that needs to get some snaps. We all know about DeMarco Hellams, who may be knocking on Richie Grant's door because Richie Grant had some blunders out there on the field. Clark Phillips is another name that we need to start accounting for and having his skill set on the field. But yeah, as I mentioned, man, we have a great problem on defense, and it's been a while since we've been able to say that.
Yeah.
Man,
Oh, real quick.
I just
Hey,
gotta say that.
Absolutely.
go ahead. Oh, yeah, I was gonna say real quick. What Travis is saying. Yeah, those likes would be awesome. And I got to shout out the people that watched our last live, because I just put it out there like, hey, get us to 75. Y'all got us past 75 for the first time. So if all I had to do was ask. It's crazy. Like so look, y'all just keep hitting those likes for Birdo, keep hitting those likes for us, so we can just keep growing and getting the podcast bigger, because that's what we're trying to do, man. And it's free. It takes half a second. Just hit the like button. It's cool. It's easy. Anyway, Mike, back to you, buddy.
Oh, I totally forgot what I was getting ready to say, but hit that like button. Hit that
defense,
like
button. Defense,
I'm
defense.
sorry,
What'd you like?
I forgot what I was going to say. But like,
Defense.
yeah, I would say hit that like button.
There you go.
Like, can I be real? It's just cool to have Miley here, man.
Hell yeah, go ahead, brother. Free flow.
It's just cool to have Miley here.
Man, I'm so pumped that you guys asked to have me on. It's like,
man, I will say
so much fun.
Bro, that was like almost automatic. After as soon as that tweet was done, he's got to get on the show.
But I mean, here's the thing. Like, I literally drove up there. You know, I live about an hour south. I drove up, got out of the car, did that. I left. I went home.
So awesome!
Wow, dude.
I'm gonna get the hype up.
Wow.
You know, put some in my Snapchat story just so everybody is just like, you know, I got, you know, a ton of Packer fan friends, obviously, and they're just like, dude, like, you're stupid. Just like, yeah, probably, but hey, whatever. We won. Maybe it worked, maybe it didn't, but
man,
you know,
dude,
it's the internet. Man. You can't go one day without the internet seeing some
problem.
weird,
I was gonna say,
weird
but
stuff.
it's a great problem to have. As I already said this on the previous show, the greatest problem to have is when damn near all our backups are like on our starter's ass, and that only make the starter play better, and you only feel comfortable. Okay, Troy Anderson hurt. I'm like, so like the next time he hurt, I'd be like, no problem.
Yep.
So that's all. Like, it's a lot of backups that are right on the ass of the person that they starting with. So they better keep playing well. And I love. We've never had that problem. If y'all remember last year when all our corners was getting hurt, he was about to call Birdo, John, me, and Milo was about to be in the backfield.
I almost
it was a step away from all four of us being in a full Falcon uniform. So
God damn,
it's a great problem to have.
Well, yeah, and not. Did y'all notice that D'Angelo Malone hadn't seen the field yet?
That's that's concerning in a way.
Like I don't know. I mean, he made the roster, right? So like, what are you doing with him? Is this purely just the depth piece? Like in case is there like that we thought about it in preseason, like what was really the plan for him? Because he's kind of that tweener. He's like, he's an edge, but he's not a really big guy. So he gets, is not really a linebacker. Like what do you do with him? That type of thing. I don't know. This is weird not to see him out there.
Yeah, but I think he's still probably trying to find his footing within this defense. Is a new scheme. Sometimes the learning curve could be steeper for others than the just steeper for others overall. I do hope that he finds his way because he's a skilled pass rusher. I was in Atlanta and I watched the game versus the Cincinnati Bengals. He had a couple good series. He used his hands very well. It's just he couldn't finish. There was no counter secondary move to actually get him free. So I think he just needs to learn a little bit more. Maybe in the offseason, get with one of these pass rush gurus. Chuck Smith used to do it in Atlanta. I don't know who's in the area now that, resumes that role and teaches these upstart guys. So it could be something he might want to do. So yeah, but I still have faith in Malone. I think he's playing special teams if I'm not mistaken right now. Yeah, in some capacity, but give the man a couple. Just give him some snaps. Let him get a taste of what the NFL game, a real life game, is what it's all about. Maybe who knows, that might jolt him into performing and showing better traits as practices go on, and they might fix him into the game plans going forward. That's just my take on him, man. So
let me jump into this, and I just want to say this: the standout to me on the team so far is not a player. It's not anything. It's the attitude from the fans, the coaching staff, and the players. We had a soft ass team for years. It was the team, you cut, bro. These people ain't gonna play hard. If they start to, if we up, bro, these people will give up. But they just they don't want to get hit when they dress. So they doing this so they don't get hit. But they running out of bounds. So it ain't. no contact, and the coaching was real conservative. To be nice, to be like, I don't trust these people. I'm just here with them. I don't trust these people. Like, no, so we not doing anything risky, anything. Now, just everybody got balls. I mean, the team is just the way Bijan, the way Tyler run. He had like a 4-yard jump where he was carrying 3 people. I was like, why do you not fall, sir? Like, so it's just the attitude of the team is way different than any Falcon team I've seen, and I've been watching for a long time. It's the gutsiest, toughest team I've ever seen. So I just hope that continues, and it ain't a hype thing because it's the start of the season. If they keep that attitude or that gutsy, I'm gonna run it at the 4th down. I'm saying it's like we all took the shape of like Myler, like we took on the form of Myler, and we all formed to like, all right, Voltron, and we all took the same spirit and the same attitude, and the fans stayed and was resilient. Half the fans be like, look, the strip club open and like the Waffle House open. And, all right, man, we starting to lose. I'm out. Yeah. Man, it's Atlanta. If the dog, man, I will leave here and still have a great day if we start to lose. I just beat the traffic. The fact the fans is like, nah, I want to see. And we rewarded them for staying, so they'll stay the next time.
I mean, how many years at 24-12 later in the 4th quarter that we would have been like, all right, well, we ain't winning this game. I guess we'll, get them next week, and like this is, and then at the end of the game, I still found myself thinking, even like, we went to line up to kick the field goal, right, to go up. I was like, man, should we go for it? Like, should we go for it to like keep the offense on? Even this Jordan fucking Love, I mean, like I shouldn't be that worried.
That was after we converted a 4th too.
Right. Exactly. So I'm like, should we do it again? You know what I mean? Like, just to like end this game here. But
I was torn on that one.
I was too. But it's like and then I think I'm like, wait a minute, this is not the same old defense though. Like, these boys might actually come out here and stop these guys. Plus, it is Jordan Love. It's a big situation in the game. He's not been in that much game time, in the last 3 years. So right. So then it works out. He comes out there and he can't connect on a pass. He butt fumbles himself into the line, and the game's over with. So I mean, like it's great. So I mean,
Did you see Onyemata on that play?
Oh my God, he's such a troll. I loved it, man.
Oh my God,
By the way, man,
Gronk shit right there.
Yeah, he had a hell of a game too.
Man, shout out on Onyemata. I think he finished with above 90 grade for that defensive line, man. So, man.
And I know we handing out props, but I gotta get Calais Campbell for the angle he took on Jordan Love. Bro, what was you doing, bro?
That was an old man going like, oh shit.
That was an old man. That was an old move. He just ran into
Oh man, and right here, you sum it up right here now. Mike Sports in the building,
fuck
man.
that. I never turned it off. I watched to the end. With that.
Absolutely, man.
Hey, bro,
right.
Matty, I used to bring you back. Matty, I used to have faith, man. If we was down 42, I'd be like, man, what do?
Man. Just the game against the Bears that time, man. Who do you have, like 12 seconds left on the clock or less than that, man? He brought him back.
Man.
Yo, Matt was the guy for that, man. Absolutely,
hey, listen,
man.
I saw this fake little Instagram. I don't understand the net, so I'm just scrolling at twerking, and I see Jet sign Matt Ryan. It was a joke, dog. I almost threw this phone, man. I'm thinking Super Bowl, man. And then it was a joke, like it was like a fake site or something. So it was.
Did you watch that Cowboys Jets game?
Oh my God,
man.
It's atrocious.
They need a quarterback.
I feel so bad for Garrett Wilson. That he was just torching. He was torching some routes.
Nicole Hardman over
he
there.
was.
But I'm also pulling for Zach Wilson to put it together too. Everybody's doubting you. It's up to you now. Like, I want to see it happen. Like, he's making some good throws, but especially that deep one that got picked. Like, hold that safety up. That's another long touchdown to Wilson. So,
bro, you can call Cam. Hey, Cam a wild dresser, but he's still out there. Hey, you might have to call Cam, dog. He the only one still in shape. Sorry, you can't call nobody else. Tom Brady, don't even think about it.
Shape.
So while we're talking about the quarterback situation, what to make of our young one, Desmond Ridder? Very efficient yesterday. Threw for, what did he throw for? 237 yards, 1 TD, 1 INT.
Bro, this is the part of the show that I was waiting on, Berto.
Yeah.
I just want to hear all three of y'all, and I go last. I'm dying to hear what y'all full take.
I'm going to say this. Just by the two games that we're watching, it's giving me 2008 fucking Falcon vibes all over again. Matt Ryan had a hell of a rookie debut, of course, had a hell of a rookie season, brought us to the playoffs. If Desmond Ridder can do the same, Matt Ryan that year averaged 215 yards, threw for 16 touchdowns, 11 INTs. If Desmond Ridder can do a little bit more than that in the touchdown and department, and I say that do a little bit more because obviously offensive game plans change, evolve. So you're much more in an aerial assault style league now than it was Matt Ryan back then when you had Michael Turner. It was run first. This team, for it being run first, I think Desmond Ridder can still do some. So he could do some great things. But if Desmond Ridder can do that for 17 or 15 more games, I don't see. We have our quarterback. We're gonna be fine. I think we're gonna be fine. If he can mimic a season like Matt Ryan did in 2008, I think we're straight, man. And he's showing that. He's showing a lot of grit and determination. This kid's unfazed. He threw that INT. Fuck it. You know what? I did it. So what? Let's move on to the next play. And that was evident in last year's preseason game against the Lions, where he threw an INT and he bounced right back and led them to, I think it was the game-winning drive in the preseason game. So there's a lot of makeup and moxie and grit to this kid. So I'm enjoying what I'm seeing thus far for 6 starts. We might have a great one here. We just got to give it some time. That's it.
Yeah, you heard it from Berto. Johnny Yates, what you got for me? Your take on it? What you saw yesterday from your man?
Yeah, so I mean, exactly what Berto said, and then like I look at all the negativity about him, and it's like, when have y'all seen a quarterback just step in outside of the upper echelon? I'm talking about like upper echelon quarterbacks and just hit the ground running from day one. Like, they all going to have growing pains. So when you're assessing quarterbacks, and Mike and I did an entire show on quarterbacks back in the spring because it was just should have got out of hand, and it was like. So if you're assessing quarterbacks, you got to look at number one. Does he have the arm talent? Okay, yes, he does. Does he have what it takes mentally? Is he going to work? How does he assess things? All that stuff is if all the answers are yes, then okay, how's he put now? Does he put together on the field? Okay, can he progress each game? Does he keep making the same mistakes? Does he not? Okay, all those things is what separates the good, the shitty, and the really good quarterbacks, right? So if the guys that tell me or look at yesterday's. There's a couple of throws he made that could have been picks or off target, but don't mention the dimes he threw, or don't mention the dart he threw to Jonnu, or the perfect placement. I mean, like you can't say all of that, but then not say anything good about him, because that's part of this. You have to look at the entire book, right? I don't expect him to be perfect. I expect him to throw interceptions. It's going to happen. That's just because, like Arthur said in the press conference, there's another team out there. Those 11 guys are highly paid to do a job too. So sometimes they get the better of you. Sometimes the defense will out scheme the offense. That happens. Like, it's going to happen. Can he be consistent? That's what he has to get to. If he can be consistent and just get that timing down and like continue to grow with the offense. Because again, game 2 of the season, game 6 of his career, like the overreactions, ridiculous. Like, I mean, he's not losing you games. We had a quarterback last year that lost us games. There should be a vast difference in that, right?
Facts.
A vast difference in that. So folks got to chill, man. Let the guy grow into the offense. You got studs everywhere on the offense. This help. We got a run game. We ran for 224 yards yesterday. We had a 446 yards of total offense. We allowed 224 yards. We've held the ball for 36 minutes. They kept it for 24.
Bro, look at the smile on Berto's face.
Those are all recipes for success, man.
I fucking love it, man.
He just lighting up the whole time he's talking stats. He's like this.
Let's fucking go, man.
Yeah. All right, I'm done.
I want to see.
God damn it.
I want to see a game where we have 50 minutes of ball possession. I think we could do it. I mean, yeah, that might be a stretch, but I with how good this team runs, I would not be surprised if that.
What you think of Desmond, though, Miley? Is he the man for us this season?
So
I got one right here.
And John definitely hit like most of the stuff that I would talk about, but I would look at, right after we drove down and got that field goal to make it 24-12, like you saw him on the sidelines. He's got the heart. He's riling people up on the sidelines saying, no, we're not done. It's just like, you need to have that. You have to. You can't be sitting on the side, head looking down, all that. No, he's getting the team. Obviously, Art says the team loves him. And it's just like, that's why we got to support him, It doesn't mean that when he has a bad game that we have to say, that he did nothing wrong and he's perfect, like nobody's perfect, but make the plays when you need to, and that's all, just about all we can ask for. And if people are unhappy with that, like, I don't know, like, anybody who has Kyle Pitts in fantasy football, me, but I'm not going to complain about that. Like, I want the Falcons win at the end of the day. Yeah, I want to see Pitts go off. I think everybody's kind of yearning for that, but at the end of the day, if the offense works, the running game works, Falcons are winning. How can you not like Dez if he's getting us the dubs?
Yeah.
Look,
yeah.
I mean, I was texting Roberto today, and I said, "Man, it was." Michael, I'll let you go in a second. Sorry, I didn't cut you off. I was like, man, it was kind of a grow-up game for him, right? Like, it was like he had adversity, he faced it, he came back from it, he was money in the fourth quarter, and then the post game, reporter was like, so when you're down and out, how do you? He cut him off quick. He said, "No, dude, we're not. No, we're never down and out." He said, "We are never down and out." On that one. And he went in on him. I'm like, dude, fucking. I mean, he grew up on the field, off the field, and it was just fun to see, man. And so
I loved it.
Yeah, exactly. So Mike, go ahead, buddy.
So I got a great unique take on my man Dez. I was watching a game, thoroughly pissed at him during the game. Thoroughly pissed. You have a problem with staring right at the person who you throwing to the entire play. If you throwing here, you don't look off. You just right here. You did it. Throw it right to you. Just I ain't even looking over. I'm looking right at the person I'm throwing. It was pissing me off. The two picks, he threw it right to the person. It wasn't a pick. You threw it right to the wrong team. It was a pick you threw. I didn't even know. I would love for you to explain what you was thinking, because it was just Packers. You threw it right to him. I was getting very pissed because Jordan Love was like, he was the one who had the character traits that you were supposed to have. He was more poised than you was. He was more calm. He was going through his reads even better. Like, he was more poised. He looked more calm. He was doing the smarter thing. He was doing the right thing. He looked completely calm. Man, for like the second straight week, I feel like this dude was back there panicking. He was jittery. He was panicking. And I'm thinking, like, damn, I'm not gonna lie. You know who my guys. I was thinking, man, put Tyler in this game. I mean, but you have to put Taylor in the game. But I just knew it ain't gonna happen. But I'm like, I don't now I turn on your ass. You are panicking, dog, and I don't like what I'm seeing, bro. I don't like. But I'm gonna tell you what I'm a fan of more than skills is I love Tupac. I love Allen Iverson. Oh, I love Hart. If you can show me you got some toughness and some heart, I can excuse your little mistakes if you can show that. And that boy, it's like he tried to take over the game. He started running. His choices were getting fast. He was speeding up. He was decisive. He was authoritative. He was confident, and he started taking over the team. And I was watching like, man, what is this dude doing? And it just showed a lot of heart in that press conference. I was paying attention, like, even that is just verbal, but that just showed me that you didn't allow the man to finish. You cut him off and you checked that shit. Yeah, because when y'all was down, no, you thought that. We ain't never down now. You said that. Nope. Because I ain't think that. Ain't nobody up there. Ain't none of us thought that. You was thinking that. So speak for your damn self. That was the greatest, and it was like, if you can show me you can be tough, it'll carry you a long way with me. It was people, if you remember, man, Allen Iverson, he's street ball, he like ruining the game. But I'm like, are you watching what this dude is doing? He getting beat to a pulp every game, and he just get up and just keep scoring. Like, that was unreal. Tupac was getting beat to a pulp externally and just wouldn't give up. Like it's just like those people I be looking in awe of when you can show me that you got some grit and you got some toughness with you and you got some heart. And because it'll carry you so far, man. Skills will limit your ass, but heart will carry you a long way. But what I will say is this: the kid gloves are off. You in a real season where we expect to win. We are 2-0. You can't be doing shit like you was doing. And we gonna chalk it up to it's still you learning and you learning on the fly. But I'm not gonna have an excuse per game. I'm refused to do that. Oh, for here go game one. Well, it was his first game. Here game two, he was doing dumb shit. Well, you gotta understand it was the look, the reads they was giving to. Then the third game, it'll be something else. Fourth game, dog. I need you to play at a high level. And just don't give the ball away. Hey, young, it's if he starts bombing, it's like Miley say, if he start playing well, man, we gonna be unstoppable. But you gotta really think he would have lost us the game if them people if they had just caught the interception. He would have lost us the game. He would have single-handedly, he would have lost us the game. We would have been pointing saying he lost us the game. You threw the game away by yourself. Like, oh man, we played great, but you fucked it up. You can't be doing that, man. Because by the skin on your chin, by the luck of Mila, him going to set the positive vibes in motion. We won that ball, and I mean, and then players dropped that ball, and we won the game. But we cannot rely on Mila every game, dog. We gotta rely on you sometimes. No,
I had people telling me I got to drink a bottle of mustard every week now.
I got to be able to say, oh no, he can, and not. I hope he don't. I hope he do. And I don't feel like he brought that out of me yet. Like, man, I know he can do it. I'm still we going in the 3 now, and I'm saying, I hope he. I mean, I guess it ain't no thing where I'm saying, he proved to me already, or he didn't prove it. I'm still at the same place I started the season, and like, I mean, he could be good. Is he bad? Is he good? Is he dumb? Is he smart? Is he poised? Is he a panicker? I still don't know. The jury's still out on you, buddy. But but like everybody who just spoke me before me said, when the game ended with a W, I feel like a girl came into my house, she brought weed, she twerked for me, and she cooked and she had sex, and I'm complaining. I can't. And
she called her own Uber home.
Yeah, I mean, I can't complain if the night is a win. It ain't like I say, was it like the mac and cheese was a little runny? It's not the time for that.
Oh shit!
It's not the time for that. So I think you take what you can get, and I agree with John, man. It was a grow up game, and you just saw him grow up. I saw the man take command of the offense, and that's kind of my positive takeaway from that. But at the same time, I don't want to pull like I was with Matt Ryan with him, whereas I can't see per week if you fucking up, because I couldn't see. It was people telling me he didn't play that good, Mike, and I'd be like, I don't know what you was watching. Like, to me, he always played good. So I can't do that with Desmond. I have to be non-biased. And, dog, you need to play better, to be fair.
No, yeah, I can't. I don't disagree. He needs to play better. But I think that within – if you look at the whole thing, like, we wanted to see him way earlier last year. We should have, but, that's past. That's happened. But – I mean, you got to, in today's NFL, especially, you got to give him a full season. You know what I mean? Like, unless your head's just spinning around, you don't know what's going on. You got to give him a full season to see what's up. So I mean, to me, he looked. Mike, did you think he looked better than the first game? He looked more like settled.
Oh God.
I mean, all right. So like, and he gets better as the game goes on, right? He gets more into the. So the only for me is if he can get started quicker. That's always been his thing, and I think that's something you can kind of work on, obviously. But he gets going earlier, gets kind of more settled into the offense. And they're figuring that out too. The first play of the game was a screen to Drake. You got Drake involved earlier.
Yeah,
you get your playmakers involved. Yeah, you get your playmakers involved earlier. It settles things down. It's easy for him. So yeah, I'm not saying, oh, like, look, man, in our show, I already said I was in on him being the guy for the next 10 years. And that's just, that's some blind faith, but that's also some faith of saying, okay, now this is what I've seen. Now, I love what I see from the head up, from the neck up. So it's just I got to see him put it together on the field first. That's it. You know what I mean? Like it's a little bit of both. I'm not 100% convinced, obviously, because it's still 6 games. It's 6 games. So we just have to keep going with it, man. Like there's going to be growing pains. We know that, but he's going to. I'm not going to complain when we're 2-0. So I mean, it's just going to. You know,
I'm not doing that. I refuse to complain when we 2-0. We 2-0 for the first time in a long time, and for the first time in a long time, it's actually balanced. He was actually throwing the ball, and we was actually running the ball, and the short passes slowed up the rush.
Sure,
so that was good on Arthur Smith. You slowed that rush with them quick little short passes, and he's very good at those. So I think you allowed him to build his confidence through those short ones. And then you be like, let me see what you can do from time to time on the play action.
I will say this though, the on the 1 yard line, we got to score, man. We can't be dialing up. We can't be dialing up passes.
No, I know.
Put the ball in the end zone. Like we left points on the field right there. So
you got Tyler Algier who ran. Oh, and by the way, does anybody know how Luca Van Ness is, man? Because Tyler Algier laid the hit stick on him. Bro, it took him out the game, brother.
Goodness.
I don't think we've seen him the rest of the game. But
How
yeah,
you
when
hit?
you
How you hit my man and you leave the game?
Dude, that's a problem he didn't want, man. He got all the smoke on that one and then some. But like you were saying, John, at the 1 yard line, something like that, you can't try to be cute, not like that, man. You can't leave points on the board or anything like that. You got Tyler Algier. Listen, man, he's a bulk to bring down as it is. Just send him in there, man. But we do have a quick question here from Ira. Do you all think we should pick up anyone from free agency to complete our roster? I'll kick this one off. I before the Nate Landman situation, I would have said linebacker, and I had a guy in mind in Kyle Van Noy, a guy that's been around in the league for quite some time. Past 3 years, he's put up, I think, like 16 sacks for 3 different teams. So he's athletic enough to drop in coverage and rush the passer as well. A real sharpened veteran, but I'd refrain from doing any of that. I don't know really right now what this team would need, to be honest with you. Maybe a plugger in the middle, a big defensive tackle, an oversized one like we had Anthony Rush last year. But I don't know what the market looks like as far as, players that are available at the nose tackle position per se. But I don't know. What do you guys think? Is there any other spot on this roster that you can see upgrading in, or just bringing somebody to solidify a certain spot?
Matt Ryan? No, I'm kidding. No. Hey, man, I'm not being funny, and I'm not trying to be cocky or anything because we 2-0. I have faith with the players we have at least allowing it to play out. There's not a person I say he need to go because he the weak link. It was a competitive training camp, and we can't forget that. Everybody earned that spot. I got faith in everybody to earn that spot. I don't see who in free agency who would stand out all like that, who we actually gotta have. No.
We can mess with the trade block too. Like
right.
We have cap space this year. We got a lot more cap space next year. So this team isn't, finalized for next year. Like we could still add some positions and we're pumping up Dez right now, but if he doesn't have a good rest of the season, you got to think that Art's got to be looking at least pushing in some more competition at that QB. The Eagles prove, you can never have enough D line. So
oh my God!
It's like you can always get extras, but otherwise, from what I've seen so far, there hasn't been like something that screams we need to improve this position. Like you see your young Troy Anderson, missing a couple plays, but you're banking on him putting that together and being that guy. So you don't want to, throw him off his groove by grabbing, or even like if you just say Landman, you're starting now. Like you don't want to throw Troy out of that. Like I think we still got to give Troy the rest of this season too and see how he looks. But otherwise, I mean, Jesse Bates, what can we say about that for the addition? Of course, the week 1, but he was doing work yesterday too. It was kind of weird seeing the Packers being able to drive early like that, but I mean, is that Matt LaFleur's play calling? Is that Jordan Love just being that dude? I think Packers fans got to be pretty happy going from Favre, Rodgers, and then you have Jordan Love throwing 6 TDs in his first 2 real starts in his own season. Like, man, what's the luck on that? You know, what's the statistical probability of, you know, potentially pulling, you know, 3 great quarterbacks in a row?
Yeah.
I can't think of, I mean, like you said, Berto, I would have said possibly linebacker, but like I said, if Landman is like going to be that type of player, then maybe not. But, you know, and I think I just saw somebody put it in the chat. Somebody said, oh yeah, Yuri said, hopefully a good premier pass rusher. I mean, and we've talked about that before, Berto. I mean, like, you know, just having that guy who's like, you know, and watching Micah Parsons do what he does. I know he's like one of one, but he is unblockable. Like, I mean,
dude's amazing.
And it makes me wonder though, like,
paid.
but makes you wonder though, like on like what you said earlier, could Troy be that type of dude, man? Like you just move him around, like he's ferocious, he's fast. Like, could he be that type of guy who's just causing havoc on tackles all game long? I mean, I don't know. I mean,
it's a possibility. It's all on how Ryan Nielsen sees him. You know what he views in his traits. What's his ceiling?
I'd like to see
could that be? I would like to see him experiment with that too, man. Because oh my god, Troy Anderson coming in on a loop or on a stunt. Oh my god, kid's fast, man.
Yeah,
kid's fast, man. You need that speed, you know, to you know, cut the ground as much as you can. But Millie Mills here says, "Now, Berto, that damn Calais need to move over to the middle at times, not permanent." But on some plays, bro, I can't. I agree with this 100% because last 100%. Week I was pissed, and this week, you know, they dropped him back into coverage. Brother, you're 36 years old. No disrespect, man. I'm 37. I'm no spring chicken, but god damn, bro, you can't just be putting him out there like that, man. He's not built for that, man. Hell no, you can't be chasing Jordan ever in your life.
Ever.
I think he made a difference in that Carolina game when they moved him inside in the fourth quarter. I think they need to do that with him going forward and experiment that a little bit more, as Billy Mills is saying, because it definitely, you know, it makes a difference, a big time difference. I know that he might not get you the sacks, but if he swats a ball down, dude, that's just as good as a sack, you know, in this league, and a lot of people can tell you that. So yeah, man, I wouldn't oppose to that, you know, on a more consistent basis, flopping him Calais in and out, man.
Or if he creates lanes for Ebiketie or you know, Ellis. I mean, like you're opening up more pass rushing lanes for those guys because you can't block. Calais 1-on-1 is a tough matchup for anybody, any offensive lineman. That's a big sumbitch. So I mean, to just put one dude on him, I mean,
man.
And then you got Grady to worry about in Onyemata too. So it just makes sense to move him inside. But you know,
that's it, man. That's it. Well, boys, we're up to 1 hour and 20 minutes, man.
Shit, we're just getting started.
We just getting started.
I didn't even
this
get
has
my book
awesome. I think we were just all more excited to have you on, man. Like we mentioned, man, that Twitter scroll you did, man, that was unbelievable, dude. Unbelievable. That's the first thing I woke up. It was a Saturday morning. That's what I woke up to. I was like, what in God's name is this? This is awesome. And, you know, lo and behold, Mila's here in person, man. So we definitely thank you. Go ahead, brother.
No, I was saying this, man. Jokes aside, you've had a young bunch of choices when you got Falcons content. Good choices. So I greatly appreciate how hard you rock with us, man, because I want you to know that we rock with you just as hard. Like we rock with you just as hard as you rock with us. So it's been, man, way longer then I know, man, y'all are just speaking to him and you just seen him, but he been rocking with us for quite some time. And he's just the greatest dude, man. He been always kind to us. He support us. He got our man merchandise. He's just my man. So it's
I need some more too. I saw the hoodies. I said I was gonna get one, and then I forgot. So maybe I'll order one right after this.
It's just my man. No. So it's, I need some more. Dog, I just want to say thank you, man, because he has rocked with us for so long, and man, we appreciate you so much, man. Like the Coliseum one, it was the standard already, but the Green Bay one took it to the Hall of Fame, so I had to put you in there. And listen, I told him before the show, I said I don't care what we do, I got to put my man in the Hall of Fame on this show today. So it was a pleasure having you, man. I love it.
I'm honored, extremely honored. Maybe I'll go to Ford Field this next weekend. Who knows?
Hey, there you go.
Hell yeah, dude.
I might need some more mustard though. I'm almost out.
Yeah, see?
Oh man, Before we go, I Justin Swisher Sweets, man, appreciate the question. Thank you for joining the stream tonight. We greatly appreciate it. He has a question: is Grady underperforming through 2 games? It's a slow start for Grady, but you could tell that his presence is still being felt. Teams are still accounting for him. The minute that he doesn't become a factor on this defensive line, and they're just lining up one blocker versus him, that's when I think he's a non-factor. But as of right now, I still think that, Grady's still impacting games at his normal rate. The sacks will come. This is a new scheme. I don't see a game, much longer where he doesn't go without a sack. I'm predicting one. As a matter of fact, I'll predict one for the Lions game, and he'll come up with 2 sacks. So I'm just trying to be as optimistic as possible. But yeah, I can see him picking up his play, and we're gonna definitely credit Ryan Nielsen and the boys around him for it too.
Justin, you doing just what I just said. You like, yeah, it was cool, sweetheart, except the mac and cheese was running. She never coming back, Justin. She's not coming back. Okay, we all noticed that. Okay, but you didn't have to bring that up. Okay, you didn't have to bring that up. We all noticed.
Oh man,
next week, Berto said he gonna make up for it.
I'll be interested to watch the all-22 and see what it looks like.
Yeah.
See what kind of
what.
Mike, and my son's calling you out. He wants to play you in Madden now.
Oh, I know you would beat man. I don't even have a PlayStation, so I know you would beat me. Hey man, Liam got my spot. There's no way. I'm not good at video games, buddy.
Oh man,
we just beat them.
Yes, sir.
I can put it on. Go beat the Saints this week.
Yes, sir. Let's do it. I love it.
Go beat the Saints. Yeah.
Sorry about that, but I'm gonna need you to do some work this next week. So, gotta rep the home team too.
I love it, man.
Absolutely, man.
Birds first, always,
man. Always.
Dude, did you see what RJ ATL for Life just said? Sergeant Gardner Johnson is feared to have suffered a torn pec in Sunday's game. Holy shit!
Oh my god,
dude!
They had one of
their
massive pass rushers has a problem with their ankle. I don't know if it was like
James Houston will be out. James Houston, he'll be out for the next couple games. David Montgomery is now day to day. After first thinking it might be a couple weeks before he healed back up with a deep thigh bruise, and now this is a game changer.
That's huge.
This right here. Oh, and they're also missing their right guard. I will butcher the hell out of his name, but he has a long name and he's a big guy and he plays right guard and he plays for the Lions. He may be out too. So all those things said, please go and look that up.
And
so
David Montgomery too. David
Montgomery. Yeah. So we might be walking into another winnable situation, but we can't be overconfident. Because look at this game against Green Bay. If it wasn't for Arthur Smith's play calling and Desmond's on point, accuracy with his throwing in Bijan, we might be staring down the barrel of 1-1, and definitely we can't take the Lions lightly. We're going into hostile environment, Ford Field, ski mask included. I don't know if they're going to wear those, if they're going to scrap that whole situation.
Yeah, I'm all for that.
Maybe so.
Yeah, man.
If I go and I'm the only person there I'm wearing a red ski mask.
I love it. That'd be amazing.
I love it, man. I
don't know if I'll make it, but I'm gonna go to either Packers, Saints, or Falcons, Lions. I'm gonna try and make my way to Detroit. That's a 10-hour drive, but.
Hey, or you can make your way to Atlanta one time, man. And
I was supposed to be down for this game yesterday, but work vacation situation.
Make it happen, buddy. Make it happen.
Hey, I'll have it for the playoffs.
There you go.
In the Benz for the playoffs, and I'll make that one. I'll have vacation for that. I burned it all going to Italy to get that Coliseum picture for you guys.
That was worth it, though.
Hey, Berto, you see our kids talking shit in the chat here?
I'm looking at a bunch of things going on, man. Oh man, these boys. Hopefully Hopeful says I'm laughing at Berto. Man, what did I do? Tell me, what did I do, man? I'm known to be a fucking comedian. But yes, I would imagine it's this. And shout out my boy Tony Wright for coming through in the clutch. That is
boom. Hey, you're right. That is long,
I can't pronounce that. I'll buy a vowel for this one.
Vitae.
Sure. That sounds good.
Oh man. But gentlemen, man, Anybody want to add anything on before we part, man? This has been terrific. This has been tremendous. What you got, Myler? Floor is yours,
I
brother.
got one thought. So I was thinking, some CP, some Joker position, right? And I'm just like, and so this was before the Falcons come back and win the game. So I'm sitting there watching the offense, like most other people, like what is going on? Like, why are we not, driving and scoring these touchdowns? And I'm just thinking Joker, and I'm just like, what if this whole offense is just the joke? It's just like they draft Drake London, big receiver, Kyle Pitts, big tight end. They got Mac Hollins, big dude. What if they just have these three giant guys that get in the way and they just give it to Algier, Bijan, and CP? And that's the joke. Everybody's scared of the weapon Kyle Pitts, and they have to game plan for him, but really he's just there to get in the way. Like,
yeah,
I was thinking about that, and I was just like, yeah, obviously it's a terrible take, but I was just like,
dude,
just going through my feels, like, what if this whole thing is a joke?
I think I think Tori McElhinney said that for her calculations, Bijan has accounted for 38% of the offense so far in the first 2 games.
That's almost 40.
It's not even including Tyler, obviously. So I mean,
it's hard to overstate.
And Mike, you could do some hella good math.
Huh?
So you can do some hella good math there.
Oh yeah, yeah, exactly.
That's almost 40.
Yeah, man. So I want to say this before we go. It was a point in the Green Bay game that I was watching where I recall how I normally feel when it's like a Falcon game. I was starting to remember the normal feeling. And I felt bad because I'm like, man, I've been talking shit. I've been making TikToks. Now they're being ready to ruin the whole energy. Like, I just couldn't believe, like, damn, bro, it was to revisit an old feeling. And the fact that they took me out of that, I had faith. That's why I don't tweet in the game. I always be like, man, because I'll tweet so positive, it'll make you mad. We down 42-0. Like, I'll be the one tweeting. I guarantee we win this game, stay positive. So I don't tweet. But I was thinking to myself, man, it feels good to have a team that is I know everybody think I'm crazy, but who has a real chance to beat whoever on Sunday. Where like, no, my team could score with anybody, and my defense could play with anybody. I got faith. Like, I think, and if we start losing, if we get to messing up, it's a chance that we turn it around and still win. If we get down, it's still a chance that we can win. Like, just the fact that I feel like I got a real team. I feel like I got a real team in the NFL that people have to put in the top tier of teams. Of like, man, bro, it's a serious team. So when we go down there to play, we got to be serious. And whoever we go to play, we gonna be serious. And I just felt like just that glimpse of that old feeling, like, here we go with the Falcons again. To turn out of that and be like, it can't go back to that because we knew it just feel new. That shit just feel good, man. It just feels good. It's like the same way where you get a new place or a new job, and that's just, you feel like everything's new. It's a brand new year. I feel like that with my team. Like, damn, it's new habits, but it's a new attitude. It's new players. It's new fan behavior. It's new coaching. It's new guts. It's new confidence. It's new swag. It's like Colorado State in Georgia right now.
Damn.
Man, it's a new day. It's a new day. So I just want y'all to claim it and be happy for it. And don't try to pick out everything you don't like. Because I understand some things that you didn't like, but don't train your brain to just find shit because it's Atlanta. Because it's enough people doing that. You know? So I don't feel like that we need to add to that, and just enjoy the win. A win is a win. If we play bad and we screw up and we lose, well, by all means. But if we play bad and we win, like John said, if you could learn and win, I don't know how you get no better than that.
Solid, man. Right.
It's evident the team is bought in. There's no reason for all the fans not to be bought in at this point, too.
Exactly right.
That's how I feel. It's like, I think I made a post about it. Like, I haven't heard the crowd, and I'm not trying to dunk on anybody that goes to the stadium, but like I haven't heard the crowd like that. The crowd was there, they were loud, you could hear it on the broadcast. It was great. Like that needs to keep going. That needs to get even louder. No apologies for that.
No,
like
man,
that
100%.
that was
it.
awesome to see. So
We used to
No,
pump
well,
fake noise
technically
in.
here, but
Yeah, no, Mike said it perfectly, dude. I mean, like it's like I told you earlier. I felt in the fourth. I'm like, oh shit, we're down. It's probably not going. And then it's like your whole demeanor changes. You start seeing the defense stand up. You start seeing the pass rush. You start seeing the offense keep moving the ball. Bijan doing his thing. Ritter making timely passes and good on the point passes. I mean, it's a different squad, man. So we all got to retrain our minds. It's not the same old Falcons. I mean, we're not saying we're not going to lose. We're going to lose games. We know that. But I mean, it's not the same type of mentality. It's a totally different squad, totally different coaching staff. They got them working on a different level, man. It is what it is. But I got to read a quick email that we got, Mike, to the show. This is 3 shows in a row we got an email, so I appreciate y'all for sending an email. This is from Dave. He said, "My guys, 2-0. You got to love it," in all caps. Hopefully you get this in time for the new crossover. Love Alberto, and really love when y'all do when y'all collab. Well, good, because we're gonna keep doing it.
Appreciate it, man.
He said, "I feel like if we can ever put together 4 quarters, we're going to be tough to beat." I got to say though, Mike, you said Kiera and Retro Boomin are your 2 favorite follows on Twitter. They are, but don't sell out your podcast partners short. Don't sell your podcast partners short. Y'all are easily one of the best Falcons follows, especially on game day. John tweets what I'm thinking all the time and has me laughing all day. Appreciate that, man. It's just I wanted to.
Oh shit! Go ahead, bro.
Yeah. You said I wanted to get you guys' opinion on the pass rush. Has anyone surprised you through 2 games, good or bad? Y'all keep doing your thing. We'll keep tuning in. Love what y'all bring to the community. Rise the fuck up. Thank you,
so
Dave.
I just want to
appreciate
it. It goes without saying, John is the GOAT. I don't need to say that. Okay, it goes without saying. If I could tat a goat on his neck, I would. Okay. If y'all knew how bad our show would be if it was just me, it would blow your mind. Oh, I'm unprepared for like 90% of the shows. I just throw myself in. All right. So John is really the one who does most of the tweeting and the organization. Man, I'm the creative dude. Okay. Man, I create. Okay. It's what I do. All right. And he's the structural technician. Okay. So that's why it's peanut butter jelly. And we got Bird on now. It's peanut butter jelly with a soda on the side. You know your stomach gonna hurt. Like your stomach gonna hurt every time you watch.
Dude. Oh my God, man.
But I have to say this. I want you to speak about the email, but I have to say this. The 2 dudes that you see at the top now are, to me, the top tier in the. I would have to add Aaron in there. I can't answer. I gotta add Aaron to that. The 3 GOATs of as far as information. If you go to Aaron, you go to John Alberto. If they had a show, it would be far better than you're throwing me in as the third one.
Hell no,
man,
hell
dude.
No,
no way, man.
I'm just saying, like, if you go to Bird, like the shit, like I really do this. If I have a question, it's always for John Alberto. It's like, oh, I'm gonna shit the next time I ask Berto, I'm gonna wait for John. And John, man, I'm gonna tell you how good John is. Dog, man, I don't warn John of anything I'm about to do prior to the show.
No,
so he don't know what I'm gonna say. I don't even text John like, hey man, here's a heads up. I'm gonna say this. So whatever John is experiencing is live. Like, I don't discuss this. You see how him and like Berto met prior to this show and discuss. So I like the bomb on John. Live in action. I like the bomb. And he will tell you that, like, but he's so good. It don't matter what I do or how it go off the rails. He's able to focus and still fucking answer a pretty hard and unique question. So yes, John is the GOAT, and that goes without saying. And the other GOAT is my man up here at the top with us now. My man Bird. So, like,
I'm just trying, bro. Appreciate you, man.
You will not hear of 2 people talk about the sport, to me, in my opinion, who know more about what's actually taking place on the field, like structurally and like the way it runs, the way it works itself out. like half the shit that these two be talking about, bruh, I don't even know. I just got nothing. Like, yeah, that's a great point. And I'm thinking, I don't even know what you just said. I don't think. But I just want to say that. So I do have to shout the two guys ahead of me. I was gonna say the two guys on top of me, bro. That sounded great.
Glad you changed that up. Glad you changed that up.
But I just want to say that. So if you looking for that, bro, these are the two goats. I had to throw my man Aaron in there because he be knowing what he be talking about on a different level. Yeah, man, I'm just the entertainment, man. I'm just here for fun.
Nah, bro, man. When we started this thing, we didn't know what was going to happen. We just knew we liked talking ball with each other, and it just happened to work out that way. Yeah, I couldn't do the show without him. He couldn't do it without me. We do different things that complement each other, and I guess it works because we keep growing. So we appreciate y'all for watching and listening.
And I'm just the squeaky wheel. So I'm glad
to be y'all selling yourself short.
Oh man, dude, we try. We love it, man. This is amazing, man. Thank you, man. We appreciate that, bro.
Appreciate it, man.
Thank you to hey John. Who was that? Dave.
That was Dave. Sent the email. Yep.
Thanks,
yeah, he had it. Did he have a question within that email?
Oh yeah, he just said, he said, who is there anybody that surprised you over the last two games, good or bad? And what do we think about the pass rush, which we've already kind of talked about the pass rush. So,
no surprises yet.
No
surprises.
I mean,
yet.
Nate Landman. That surprised me. I mean, Jesse doing what he did in the first game. I'm not surprised, but it was like, damn, that's awesome. He's here. I mean, that's a dude.
Man, I'm gonna say Bijan because I didn't know that.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
If you are a fan of the professional league only, man, it's your first time watching this. I didn't get to see him in college, so I didn't know he played like a Madden character. I didn't know he had Parkinson's. I didn't know any of that. So it's a joke.
I mean, to give another shout out to Bijan though, that's going to be one of the hardest things. Is trying to say Bijan. I'm always it's Bijan, and then I catch myself in the video at Lambeau. It's got that Bijan, and it's like, no, I'm never going to get that shit right. I'm always going to forget. I'm always going to say Bijan, but that run that we talked about, where he's breaking ankles everywhere. At the end of it, helps Rasul Douglas out. How could you not be proud of the guy to have on your team? Good teammate, excellent player. Like, I think they nailed it with that draft pick. Like, it's awesome to see.
Yeah, 100%. And we had one. Sorry, I know this is going on, but we had one comment too on our last live, Mike, that I got to shout out. PJ5491, man. He said, "Hey guys, I just subscribed. This podcast is so good. No joke. You two have great chemistry. You know football, stone cold, and you are funny, like laugh out loud funny. And the life lessons you discussed on this episode are damn succinct and on the money. This podcast needs to blow up because you two have really good thing going. Longtime Falcons fan too, like primetime era. Buddy, so are we. So we really appreciate that comment. That was awesome, man. That means a ton when we see stuff like that because it lets us know we're doing something right. So we appreciate it, man.
Yeah,
Alberto, man, we're good, buddy. I know we're an hour and 40, so this is a hell of a first edition of this.
This is awesome, man. So I'll say this, Myler, again, thank you so much, man, for just being you, being a hell of a Falcon fan, and out of your Falcon mind follower, man. Absolutely, man. We definitely hope to, one day meet in person. You the platform is yours. Whenever you want to come on, man, all you got to do is just say the word. Hit one of the guys up, hit me up on Twitter, man, and we'll make it happen, man.
I'll get down to the everything, brother. Game, but I think the big thing is, Falcons come to Lambeau, y'all got to show up.
That's on my bucket list, man. I got to make it to Lambeau. Yes, sir.
Y'all got to get the real experience. They get real crazy up there.
Yeah, you know what though? I had several cool Packers fans that would that tweeted me during this whole 48 hours. But we're super cool. They were like, hey man, that's hilarious. They found humor in it. They didn't take, like some of them took it like seriously, like, come on, man.
Personally.
It's a joke. It's hilarious. Like,
telling me to throw my cheese head away. It's just like,
right. Yeah. I know. Yeah. Right. But several of them were like, man, y'all got to come to Lambeau. We treat the fans really good here, which I've heard that actually before.
That's 100%.
There you go. So yeah, we got to go 100%.
Yeah, we got to go to Lambeau.
Yeah.
Damn.
So, for a snow game, you got to get the full experience.
That'd be amazing.
Damn.
I would love.
That's
Yeah,
awesome, man.
especially a cold
Julio's
game.
game was in December, Monday night I believe it was snowing
Snow.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had him. I needed him to get like 12 fantasy points that game, and I was just, it's Lambeau. I'm obliterated, and I'm just like, oh, I wonder how many yards he has. Oh, 257. I think I won.
Hell yeah, man. That's fucking dope,
no
man.
idea.
Oh man. All right, well, bro. You can man, Berto, you do your stuff.
Oh,
I'll do our stuff, and we'll get out of here, man.
No problem. So, for a first episode of when 95 North meets 75 South, thank you everybody in the chat. Thank you everybody that was viewing us. We got this thing jumping to 80 views, man, at one point in the live, man. So thank you to everybody. Thank you to everybody in the chat. Our special guest Myler for tonight's episode. So with that, this is your boy Berto, your host of the 95 North Falcons Talk Show. That's the platform on YouTube. And on Twitter, I'm under RI Falcons. Another way you can chop it up with me. Send me questions. Anything, man. Just let me know what you think about the Falcons videos that I put out, whatever, man. Just come on through, man. Chop it up with your boy. But John, you go ahead and take us out the rest of the way. You and Mike, man.
Yeah, man. So echo what Berto said, man. Y'all that watched tonight and are watching on replay, much appreciated. We just enjoy being like the three of us doing this show. We knew it would be a good time, so we wanted to keep doing it. Myler, man, you with the cherry on top on this show coming on, man. Or I should say the mustard on top.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely, dude.
I'm just in it.
Dude, no, that's just what you did, man, was fantastic. I mean, like, just to shout us out. I mean, and then you obviously, I think you gained like 100 some odd plus followers on Twitter, by the way. But regardless, man, we greatly appreciate it, dude. So got to come back on the show whenever, like Mike said, and like Berto said, anytime you want, man, you just hit us up and you come on. But yeah, you can always, man, like we said earlier, you can subscribe to Out of Your Falcon Mind on YouTube. Hit the like button for both of our channels. Like I said, it just helps us keep growing, man, and getting there. We're on our way to 1,000 subscribers, so we're getting there soon. You can follow mostly Mike on TikTok and Instagram at Out of Your Falcon Mind. I pretty much run the Twitter at Out of Your Effing Mind. You can comment, send questions. You can email us like we've got now 3 weeks in a row, atlfalconfancast@gmail.com. We got merchandise at bonfire.com/Out of Your Falcon Mind. You can get hoodies, t-shirts like the one Mike's wearing. Hey, there you go. So yeah, all that great stuff, man. And we'll be back together as I almost said something weird, as three guys on a show 2 weeks from now after the
What the fuck?
I almost did that early. It's hard, ain't it?
So we'll be back. What's that? We're gonna be after the Jaguars, after London.
Yeah,
that'll be cool.
After London,
we'll be back recapping the London. But you can catch Mike and I this Thursday at 7:00 as we preview the Detroit game with our boy Chris from A1 Forever. Finally gonna do finally gonna do a show with him. So it's gonna be fun.
Awesome. That's gonna be dope.
And hell yeah. So that's it, man. Yeah. And we obviously, brother, we had a blast, man. This is a hell of a first show.
Hell yeah, man. So, Mike, do your thing, man. I don't have the outro. We're working on getting the outro. So, Mike, it's all you, man.
Berto, John, and Mike, I guess it's Out of Your 95 Falcons Talk Show meets Out of Your Falcon Mind 75, 85, 95. We 3-0. We going undefeated. My man Myler put the team head on. He brought Matt Ryan and Lambeau. Out of Your Falcon Mind plus Berto. Peace.